Hey everyone, what's up? It's me Inaya Kausari and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be learning about JavaScript Math Object. But before we get started, if you guys are new to this channel, then make sure to subscribe and turn on this post notification bell on so that you get notified every single time I post a video. And also, I'm sorry I didn't post videos from a while, and never mind. So now let's just get into the topic. So a math object, what it does is that it helps. It's basically what it is. It helps us with mathematical tasks. Like it performs mathematical tasks like the basics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, like division, finding the remainders, and like dealing with decimal values, and negative numbers, and everything. Everything related to math, everything it is handled by the math object in JavaScript. Today I'm gonna be talking about a few properties of the math object. So yeah, let's just get into it. So here you see a few properties of the math object. There are just a few of them mentioned here. A few of them I've not mentioned, but those are not important for now. So there are many properties. So I'm gonna explain it one by one. So the first one we have here is the Math.round. Okay, Math.round. The property. So now what it does is that it rounds the number to the nearest integer. So if you have let's say 3.6, so of course what will it round it to? So it will give the value 4. If the value is 3.1, then it will round the number to 3. Right, exactly. So now let's just try it out in the console method just as usual. So console.log, okay, and then we write down okay, console.log math.round. Okay, guys, always remember that the math keyword, it should always start with the capital M, because otherwise if you keep like the small, like it won't, if you don't capitalize it, it won't, JavaScript won't identify if it is the math object or not. So math.round and then the parenthesis, and then inside the arguments there should be the number. So as we said, 3 point let's say 6. Okay, so now as we guessed, it should print out 4. So let's see what it prints out, and just as guessed, it is 4. So we also said like 3 point, I also said 3.1, so it should print 3. Now it is not any single number, we can put any number though, like let's say 63.1, 63, any larger number, anything, it will print out something like 68,863 point, let's say 0.7. So it should print out 68,864 as guessed, just like that. So you can see it's pretty simple. It just rounds the number, just the basic rounding. Okay, so now the next method we have here is the Math.ceil. Now what Math.ceil does is that it's kind of similar to Math.round. It rounds the number, but it rounds the number to the nearest higher integer. It means that it adds a number to it. Like let's just change this number. Let's give it like 63.7, 63.1, let's say, and Math.ceil. Okay, so if we do the normal rounding as according to the maths, 63.1 is rounded, if it is rounded, it comes as 63. But if you use Math.ceil and round it, it comes 64. Now why that comes is that it adds on a number to it. It actually, not actually like adds a number to it, but it rounds to the nearest higher integer. Okay, so if it be like 1, or maybe like anything, like 3 also, it still prints out 64. Like any number, like let's say 8.3, it still prints out 9, just like that. And if it is like 8.8, it does not add on to a number, it just 8.8, it just normally prints out 9. 8.8 or like 8.1, it just prints out 9. It's pretty simple. Now let's see what Math.floor is. So a Math.floor is that like it rounds the number to the nearest lower number. So now this is kind of opposite to Math.ceil. What Math.floor does is that it rounds the value to the nearest lower number. Okay, so what I mean by this, it is that it subtracts the value, kind of, you get it, right? So 8.1, so it will be 8, just usual. It won't actually subtract, it will go to the nearest lower number. Okay, lower integer. Okay, so 8.8, it should normally be 9, but it will still be 8, so it's just the opposite of Math.ceil. So it's pretty simple. And then we have Math.trunc. Now what Math.trunc does is that it returns the integer part of the number. Now what usually happens is that sometimes we have like larger numbers, like not larger numbers, we have numbers which have larger decimal values, like let's say 8 let's say like 86 point some blah 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 numbers. Okay, like 824 something. So now if you want to get rid of these numbers, what you can use is that Math.trunc. It's pretty simple. It just removes off all the decimal values and just returns the integer part. So the integer part here we have is the 86. So here we find 86. So it doesn't matter as many numbers you have, just blah 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 blah, and then it still turns out 86. And yeah, now the next we have is Math.pow. Now this Math.pow is what it does is that it finds the to the power of, it is this simple, to the power of this has two arguments. The first one is x to the power of y. Okay, so like a number to the power of y. So let me just explain it. Let's add Math.pow. Okay, and then two numbers here. Oops. Okay, yeah, let's write down 3 and 4. Okay, so now what this does is that it gives the value 3 to the power of 4. So now if we save it, it prints out 81, which is exactly 3 to the power of 4. We can, this power Math.pow should always have two arguments because it is to the power of. So it can have any number. We want 8 to the power of 4 and 4006. It's simple. It's to the power of symbol. Now next we have Math.sqrt. Now what this does is that it finds the square root of a number. For example, let's say 81. Okay, so we all know that 81, the square root of 81 is 9. So let's just find it out. Okay, so square root, I don't know, just simple random number 81 came in my mind. Okay, so 81. Yeah, so we all know this 9, so it turns out 9. So let's say like 25. I don't know, I'm just saying like random square numbers. So 25, it turns out 5. So what Math.sqrt does is that it finds the square root of the given number in the argument. So it's pretty simple, it finds the square root. Now next we have Math.min. So what this is a little different from others. So what Math.min does is that it finds the lowest value in a list of numbers. Now in a list of numbers, it doesn't need to be in an array or an object. It can just be, a simple list. For example, let me just show you. So here I have written down a list of numbers. It's just not like many numbers, it's just a few numbers. You can add on numbers to like 82, something like that. Okay, so what it does is that it finds the lowest value. So here the lowest value is minus 14. So so it should print out minus 14. So as we guess, it does print out minus 14, which is the lowest number. So it finds out the lowest value from the list. Okay, so now next we have Math.max. Now Math.max is the complete opposite of Math.min. It finds the largest number. So let's say Math.max. Okay, so now the largest number here we have is 742. So we save it and print it out, it says 742. So it's pretty simple. Math.min finds the lowest value and Math.max finds the highest value. Now next we have Math.random. So Math.random is also different to others. So what it does is that it finds the it gives out a random value. Okay, so it gives out a random number. So for example, let's just write down console.log math.random. And now if you just leave it like this, it just prints out a random number between 0 and 1. Now 0 and 1, of course there's no other number, but it will print out in a decimal value. For example, let me show you here. So it's easy. So it says here 0.896 and blah blah. So the next number 0.317 and 0.260206, and it just keeps on going from 0 to 1 only. It doesn't increases. Now of course we don't want it like that because it's just so boring, like 0 and 1, that's all. Nah. So what we can do is that let's say we need to print out any random number between 1 and 100. So all we need to do is just into and then 101. So there's 101, it doesn't print out 101, it prints out from 1 to 100. So now if we save it, it prints out any random number between 1 and 100. Okay, so you can see 4, you can see 3.83, 82.99, 26. You can see there are random numbers printing out. But it is also a little bit annoying that we have like the decimal values here. So just what we learned right now, Math.round, we can use Math.round. It's pretty simple. So before Math.random, we can add on Math.round, okay, and then a bracket, and of course we need a bracket for it. And now if we save it, we won't get any decimal values. We just get random numbers from 1 to 100, random integers. Okay, so you can see it's pretty simple, and it's really printing out random numbers. So we can increase the number, so we can be like 1000 something, 1001, like 1000, So now it prints out a random number between 1000. We can also increase it to like 10,000 or something, We can go as much as we want. It's pretty simple. Okay, so yeah, this basically is like it finds a random number between, whatever the argument we have passed in. So yeah, that is what a random is, Math.random is. Now we have completed all these, properties, but there are a few more math properties which I'm not going to be explaining, but those are not much important, but you can go and search it up and learn about it later. So yeah, these are the ones which I have explained, and I'm pretty sure these math properties will really help you guys in your code, and it's really simple to use, just as I showed you. And yeah, that's all is for this video. Now so I hope you understood everything, and I hope you learned something new. And if yes, then make sure to give this video a big like and subscribe to my channel, and turn on this post notification bell on so that you get notified every single time I post a video. So yeah, that's all. So I conclude, and yeah, now I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, take care and bye.